What's up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Fifth Wheel V40 Pro, and finally something that's made out of China that I can pronounce. Anyway, this is a scooter that I actually like, and I haven't been able to find something that I don't like about it. When I ride a brand new scooter, it's something that I find really quickly. But with this, I'm like scratching my head and really trying to think hard, and I really can't. It's got a lot of features, and I think this scooter just builds on the previous generation scooters that we used to have, like the Segways of the past, and they just improve on it and make it a little bit better, but you're pretty much getting a Segway quality for a non-Segway price. So some of its features: it's powered by a 400-watt hub motor in the front, and top speed on this is 20 miles per hour, and they claim that it does 24 miles on a single charge. That's debatable because it all depends on your terrain, how fast you're going. Whatever the range says, slash it in half, and that's what you're going to get. So it says 24, let's just say that it does 12. But it's got 10-inch solid tires in the front and the rear, which are pretty good, and they work really well, and it's really comfortable. So you get a suspension in the front, you also get a suspension in the rear. There are two springs right below here which work really well and give you a nice supple ride. I was very surprised about that. Other than that, when you turn on the scooter, it has ambient lighting. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see if I can activate it for you. There it is. So hopefully my camera picks it up. It's very bright right now, but yeah, it does have ambient lighting. During the day, I can still see it very bright, but at night I'm sure this thing lights up like a Christmas tree. So that's pretty gnarly right there. It also has a front light which turns on, and it works very well. Check that out. Even during the day you can see it. The other cool thing I like about it is that it has turn signals. Now, a lot of the scooters in the past, they didn't have turn signals, but check this out. You press the left indicator or the right indicator, and it makes a beeping sound letting you know that this is activated. Unfortunately, in the rear, there are no lights. There's a single light in the rear, and I believe that works whenever you activate the brakes. Yeah, so when you activate the brakes, the light does turn on in the rear. But unless you turn this off manually, it's going to continue to beep, and it's going to continue to signal, which is pretty good, and that's the way it's supposed to work. They claim that this has an EBIKES system, and we're going to test that out once we get on the road. The way the EBIKES, I'm assuming, is going to work is that it's not going to lock up the front wheel whenever you're braking. So we'll test that out, and we'll be very aggressive with it. We're in the park right now, so there's no oncoming traffic or anything like that, so we'll see how that works out. It does also have which I discovered, and it wasn't in the manual, is a cruise control feature. So if you hold this down for a specific amount of time, it'll make a beeping sound, and then the speed is locked in. So that's something you can program once you go into the app. Unfortunately, you can't program it when you're in here. At least I couldn't figure out a way to do it. But anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and erase the kickstand and go for a little spin and test this baby out. So as far as the brakes and as far as ride quality, this thing feels pretty solid, no issues whatsoever, and it's got a really comfortable feel when you're riding the scooter. The steering, there's no friction in the steering whenever you're turning it left or right. That's a pretty good thing, because the other scooter I tested out before this one, the steering was very lazy and there was a lot of friction, and I think it was bolted on too tight, or that's just the way it came from the manufacturer, but I didn't really fancy it. But this one I really like a lot. But anyway, let's go ahead and test out that EBIKES feature and see what it's about. So we're gonna go, actually, it's got 3 different modes. Right now we're in D, which is the medium setting. Okay, now we're in S, which is the sport mode. So we're going to attempt, let's see if we can find a place where we can go as fast as possible and then slam on the brakes. See if we can kick in this EBIKES thing. Alright, 15 miles an hour. Wow. It's pretty cool. It does what it says. It didn't lock up. We're going to try one more time, though. We're going to go a little bit faster this time. Okay, let's see. 17 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, 18, 19. We're gonna see if we can push 20. All right, so now the cruise control kicked in. Now I'm gonna slam on the brakes. Let's see. All right, EABS didn't work because my back spun out. I kind of fishtailed. You guys can't see it because there's no rear camera, but yeah, my rear spun out. As far as the EABS feature, I think that is just marketing gimmick because yeah, I'm glad I know how to ride these things, because if it was somebody else, they would have probably wiped out by now. But okay, so there you have it. I found something I don't like. So you gotta like just spend some time with something, and eventually you'll find something that you don't like. But quite honestly, I would say 99% of this, well, no, the EABS feature is a major feature. Let's just say 80% of the scooter is just solid. You know, it does what it says it's supposed to do, and it's fantastic. No issues whatsoever for me. So the road I'm riding right now, it's kind of rough, and because these are solid tires, before I mentioned that the ride is supple, and it really is, but not on every single road that you're going to ride is this thing really supple. So if you're looking for an ultra smooth ride, you're going to have to pay some premium bucks in order to get a higher end scooter, probably from a company like Segway or maybe some other dedicated high-end brand. But for a low tier to mid-range scooter such as this, that's what I consider this based on what is currently priced, I think it does a fairly good job. And you know, if you're a student or someone who lives I don't know, 5 miles away from work, 10 miles away from work, maybe not 10, because you might have a difficult time getting back home. If you're not going to be doing 5 miles an hour there and back, right? So if it says 24 miles on a single charge, slash that by 2, so yeah, 5 or 6 miles round trip, this is pretty much doable. Other than that, I wouldn't take a risk on it. So if you got short trips, you got to go to the grocery store to, I don't know, grab some milk or something like that and put it in your backpack and come back home, way better than getting in a car, spending money on gas, and looking for parking and dealing with traffic and all that other stuff. With this, easy peasy, get on it. That's what it's made for. And you're pretty much done. So yeah, these little scooters are amazing for that reason alone. The area where I live, it's a college town, and you always see like the people or the kids or whoever, riding these things. And so for students, or for anyone for that matter, even for me, I mean, I'm not a student, but I love these little things. I got one of those Segway self-balancing boards, S2 Max or whatever the heck is called, and I put about 1.5 miles on that every single day, because I use it to go to the gym. I use it to run small errands, like if I'm shipping a package and I want to bring it over to UPS. Like, imagine I had to drive every single time to do these short little trips. And that's why these little scooters have a huge market, and they sell so much, especially in this day and age with gas prices so expensive. It makes sense to have something like this aside a car. If it's great. I mean, you definitely need a car, don't get me wrong. Yeah, without a car it's almost impossible, but having something like this in addition to having a car, total game changer. It definitely improves the quality of life a whole lot. And plus, it's a lot of fun. Like, these little scooters are so much fun, especially this one. When it performs well and it does what it says, and like, it's got good range, it's got good top end speed, like the sport mode, instant acceleration, like instant. You better buckle up, because this thing is gonna fly. It gets up to 20 miles an hour rapidly. D mode is probably my preferred one, because that does about, 12 miles an hour. That's perfect for like A and B places, like you just want to get places really quickly. Boxer. What's up, Boxer? I got a Boxer too. Yeah, so these little scooters are perfect for that type of thing. And the D mode, which is the middle tier, is my personal favorite. And then you also have E, which is economic mode. I think that was the one that they base the range on. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you're going to get 24-mile range if you ride on the E mode. But if you're constantly on D and you're cycling through the S tier, then I don't think you're going to get anywhere near that. Overall, I think this is a solid purchase. So if you're on the fence about buying this, don't be. It's a great purchase. It's a solid little scooter. I don't know about the longevity of these things. They are made in China, and sometimes people have a difficult time contacting and getting support from the manufacturer, and other times you get lucky. So yeah, I mean, on first impressions, on this first ride ever, it gives me good feelings and I approve of it. So there's a link down below. Go ahead and check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.